Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and today is a busier day than I thought. I will be streaming the Disney Dreamlight Valley Wish Blossom Ranch DLC later today, but we actually got an important update to share with The Sims 4 because they are continuing work on fixing causes of save corruption, and we're getting a couple of fixes related to that in December. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I'll have a link to the article in the video description below. So they talk about how they are analyzing and dissecting missing lots to infinite loading loops to try and understand what's going on, and they have developed a Python-based tool for this. They fixed one cause of infinite loading already in the November 4th update, which would be caused if you tried converting a penthouse or a dorm into a residential rental and tried to load that. But that is now fixed. I tried loading a residential rental that I had converted from a penthouse in Ciudad Enamorada. It was not able to load before that update, but now it does. So thank goodness. I was worried there was going to be a really serious issue with my save if I had continued playing before that was fixed. Now here's where things get more interesting, but also more confusing. So they have confirmed that they've been able to resolve underlying causes for error codes 109 and 123, and there will be fixes for that in the base game update in December. However, it is still possible for those error codes to happen. They've only closed off a major source of them, so they are still working to eliminate other causes. They also talk about what's called Protobuf overflow, a case where save or lot data grows so large that it exceeds its storage limits, leading to missing or corrupted lots. But the memory boost feature seems to reduce this risk, so they're continuing to test this theory using intentionally overstuffed save files. They're looking into error 801, where multiple processes compete during load and can cause crashes, and they've begun the process of moving scratch files from the documents folder to app data to prevent conflicts with cloud backups, and they're investigating event overlaps, cheat heavy or modded lots, lingering mod data, and even cases where venue data carries over into new saves. And as they get further into this investigation, they reiterate that there is no patient zero for save corruption, that there are multiple causes of this. Then they talk more specifically about protobufs. So protobufs are the data files that store information about your saves, but they have a size limit. So when a save or lot grows too large, for example, due to extremely packed builds or complex saves, it could exceed that limit and cause corruption. The memory boost feature that they recently released in early access is reducing the likelihood of that overflow happening, and it is giving them some solid direction for potential fixes to corrupted lots. They have also done testing on saves where lots appear missing, and found that sometimes loading that save with memory boost enabled causes them to reappear. With error 801, their current testing suggests that multiple processes might be competing to finish at once, creating inconsistent results. They haven't confirmed that scratch file deletion is a direct cause of save corruption, but they are taking extra precautions by moving the scratch files out of the documents folder to app data within a future update that I mentioned before. And the change is currently in internal review to ensure stability, while they collaborate with other internal teams on scratch files and their interactions with The Sims 4. Other areas of focus include overstuffed and cheated lots. So they're testing how move objects and heavily decorated or modded lots from the gallery behave when downloaded. The theory is that the game struggles to resolve certain cheat-related placements when those cheats are not enabled, possibly causing corruption in large, complex builds. There's potential corruption via gallery downloads. Like in some cases, mod data has persisted inside a save file even after the mod was removed, and this can happen with mods that add excessive lot traits or custom scripts. They're looking into whether this leftover data can transfer through gallery uploads. Venue data carrying across saves. They've found in certain cases, data from one save can carry into a newly created save within the same session, creating a broken save right from the start. Wow, and this behavior began with Love Struck and isn't linked to older reports of corruption, but it helps them understand how different systems can unintentionally interact. So a big takeaway here is if you want to start a new save, but you've already been playing in another save for a bit, quit and reload the game before starting that new save so that old data doesn't creep in and already corrupt your save very early on. That's just so bizarre that things like that can happen. This game is so unstable. One last thing is that they are conducting a survey that is linked in the post to gather information on missing lot data if your save is affected by that. They mentioned that once again, provided saves that are corrupted is vital to their work and to try and identify patterns and move closer to long-term fixes. So, in other words, we have some progress. They're not going to be completely fixing everything in December because, again, this save issue is very complicated and it's not just one cause. But I guess maybe then after this December update, you might be able to play your game and not have to worry as much about save corruption. But yeah, like I'm still doubting as to whether they'll ever be able to fix save corruption issues completely. It is good that my suspicions that the memory boost feature would help with this, but it's like this game is so old at this point. Like, how far can you really go with fixing the game before maybe even causing other things to happen? I don't know. It's really a hot mess, and it sucks that this is happening because I like the game, but I feel so demotivated from playing it. There's always something, whether it's the fear of save file corruption, even though I've only run into it with one of the active career lots, or new bugs popping up, or DLC that disappoints more often than not. And on top of all that, the EA buyout that is currently in the process of happening. It sucks that this is happening. Just seeing one of my favorite gaming franchises crumble in real time. It feels more and more that this is one of those cases where things just have to completely fall apart before there's even a chance of things being put back together. And I don't see that being put back together part happening unless EA does sell Maxis to another company or Maxis goes independent. But to take on Sims 4's workload would require a lot of financial backing. With more and more people trying to make their own life sims, it's becoming more apparent that it is very difficult to make a good life sim. Whether it's with a small team like Paralives or a bigger team like Inzoi with the backing of a bigger publisher like Crafton, it's a lot of work. It's a whole lot of work. It's concerning to see what's happening with The Sims. I mean, in terms of sales numbers and making a lot of money, it's probably going to keep doing that because there's just like a big general audience that's not really all that tapped into what's going on, or they don't care. Like, look at the Disney live action remakes. Like, those are bashed online, but then they continue to make a whole lot of money anyways. So it just seems like The Sims is too big to fail. But then in terms of quality, then yeah, that's a flop because it just seems like we're never going to get to a really good place again, whether you like The Sims 2 or The Sims 3 more. It just seems like we're never going to reach that sort of era ever again. We may get the occasional decent pack like Cottage Living or Life and Death, but it's just like a once in a blue moon sort of thing and isn't really enough to restore hope in a franchise that's just getting more and more misses. And that wraps up another Sims info and thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.